Good morning, my dear friends and my loving students. Yet again, I am back with Kuch Corona series. I am Vani Sharma and today's topic you have to guess. I am near the gas stove and the water is boiling there, and I also have loved to play with this fan that is made for your sake. So here I am using the wind. As we go outside running like all you children do it will start rotating. Now we are going to try with the other mechanism also. So here there is a can with water boiling inside. Today's the topic. We are going to study thermodynamics, the laws of gases. So there we have Boyle's law, Charles' law, and then Gay-Lussac law, and then a general law. So now we are going to, I have taken one small bottle. This bottle is crumbled, you can see it's crushed. So we'll just see how do we remove that damage that has happened to the bottle. I am putting this sealed bottle into the hot water. Let me see whether it will have any effect on it. What is happening now? We assume, because on our observation, that the dent that has taken place may be removed if it works well. Why it will remove, how the bottle will become normal, that is our hypothesis, observation, and then we have to reach the inference also. We have seen that it got the total dent when it got crushed because of the pressure of the this one, that force that I have used it. Now let's see whether it will improve its status. And noticing it is steadily improving. It will take some time and then to come to normalcy. So what is the reason for that? What is the relationship between the temperature and the volume that is inside? The bottle that got crushed, that means that volume inside decreased, and that one has been put in the hot water. So this hot water, we all know that the air also becomes hot, and then that hot air pushes the bottle, and so it will gets its normalcy. So that means that the higher the temperature, higher the volume. So these two are directly proportional. So that is the concept that we are going to learn through this one, and this is called Charles' law. Thank you. I will give you the other details, how in the real life also, how it is applicable. Most of you would have noticed that even your basketball, throw ball, football and all, when they are left in the air after playing, when you don't keep it back in your sports room, they will be crumpled by next day. The air will be lost inside. So that is because of the cold climate that is exposed to during the night and daytime, and afterwards once it is kept in the room, it will become normal. So shall we try now? I'll just get you the ice cube. We'll see what is the difference with the temperature. Now I am changing the temperature, and we are keeping the bottle on the cold climate. Let's see what will happen to it. Slowly you can notice the volume inside is decreasing. That means as the temperature, because of the solid ice, the temperature is low, and then volume inside is also low. So they are directly, temperature is directly proportional to volume. So this is also one of the laws of the gases. So we can very visible, it's still becoming more crumbled, and this is the Charles' law, which says that temperature is directly proportional to volume. And that is the reason on raft also, that rubber clothes that we wear it for this thing, we should never inflate fully. If we inflate fully, as we go in the middle of the day, when the sunrise, the temperature rises, it bloats and bloods. So we should never inflate fully. That is the caution we have to take. These are all the daily, that is why the football and basketball and all those things, we should not inflate fully, or we should maintain always a standard room temperature. Now apart from that small bottle, I can show you the bottle which is crushed. You can see a crushed bottle. Let's see another one also. What will happen to this crushed bottle when we keep it in a boiling water? Why are we keeping it in? See, you can very visibly see it in a second it has come to normalcy. Is it clear, children? You have heard the sound also. It has come to, now it became a normal shape. So this is again and again I am trying to show you all, saying that according to Charles' law, the temperature and volume are directly proportional. So whenever the gas is heated, the temperature rises, and in that temperature makes the gas inside a bottle hot, and then that will expand. So naturally the volume also increases. So this is such a beautiful example for that. Now with the same bottle, let's see if we can also prove that the other Boyle's law. That is the first law which states that the pressure, relationship between the pressure and the volume. The pressure inside the bottle is decreasing, so naturally the volume inside the balloon is increasing. It is so visible for the Boyle's law. That means that the pressure and volume are inversely proportional. As one increases, the other decreases. This is called the first law of gases, Boyle's law. Now let's move on with another experiment. Okay. Why am I not able to blow now? So there should be something puzzling, isn't it? So this is very simple. Take a bottle and make one hole at some bottom where you can close it with your finger, like this. Press it. Then, how much ever you try, like this, when my thumb is on this one, I can't go. The moment I take out the thumb from the hole that is made, very easy to make and very easy to retain. But I need to close the hole that is created. So now you have to think, what is the science behind this? It should be something tricky, isn't it? What has that small hole to do? So this is what is our new experiment, and as I told you, these gases have 4 laws which you have to learn, and these laws are all connected, the relation between the temperature, volume and pressure. So what increases, what decreases, what are both will increase, both will decrease. This is what is going to be studied. And because it will now, from this experiment, what happened? There is an atmospheric pressure around, isn't it? So everywhere, even inside the bottle also it is there. But when we are closing it and blowing, it is the pressure, the air pressure or the air that is inside is not able to get into the bottle. When it cannot go, either from here it is sealed with the balloon and there is no way it can go. So external pressure is more than internal pressure. So naturally the gas is unable to move. That means the volume of the gas inside the balloon is unable to increase. The moment we do this, the air from inside the bottle, from the atmospheric pressure will go inside. Can you see? So naturally it has decreased. This air that has gone inside created the pressure inside. So pressure inside the bottle has increased. So the air from here they escaped. That is, the volume decreased. Volume of the gas filled inside the balloon decreased, while the air, because of the external air going inside through this, here it has increased, the pressure increased. due to the increase in the pressure, the volume decreased. So this is inversely proportional. Whenever the pressure is more, the volume is automatically less occupied by the air. So this is called by the scientist name Boyle's law. This is the first law of gases, how gases behave. So based on this, even our lungs also, inside our lungs also, always that exhaling and inhaling happens, because you know the diaphragm is there under this one. So that pushes up, when the diaphragm rises up, the air we exhale. Again to inhale, the diaphragm inside under the lungs will go down and then give space, so it will again we will be able to inhale. So this is how we have to relate anything that we learn through science to our daily life. So our inhaling and exhaling is happening because of the difference. As the pressure increases, volume decreases. So this is called the Boyle's law. So through this simple improvised experiment, whatever is there in the house, I am sure you are able to understand what is Boyle's law. Now we are moving on to one more law, another very interesting colorful experiment. For this I have taken one simple bowl and then taken the color, natural color water, that is you done by using your beetroot, and then I am pouring it into this glass, right? And now I am going to light this candle. Let's see what will happen. Now the candle is on. I am going to slowly close this candle with a glass. Let's see what will happen. Wow, what happened? From the childhood, from the lower classes, we have already studied that you require oxygen for burning the candle. So that is like it's essential. So what happened when we have lit the candle? There was air inside the glass, and then from the air, whatever oxygen is taken over for it to be off. The moment the oxygen content is over, there is only water vapor and then the carbon dioxide. So naturally it is extinguished. So it extinguishes, it's fine. What is the interesting thing that you are going to see? Can you just see now? Can you observe? What is the level of the water that was outside and what is the level of water that is inside? You can very easily see that if this is the level of the water that is there now, right now, inside the glass, the water level has gone up here, almost by 5 centimeters. How would it happen? How did the water that was outside the glass gushed extra into the glass tumbler? So this is what is the interesting thing that you need to do. So here what happens? One, we all know, the moment it is there right from the childhood, you have already studied, that hot air rises. So because of the hot air that has happened inside during when the candle was lit, so everything, the air has gone up, and then that air became hot and then it condensed again as water vapor. So again, the moment the oxygen is over, the candle got extinguished, it's put off, and then the inside became cooler. And whatever little gas that has gone up has condensed into water vapor and it had fallen back. Apart from the water vapor that has fallen back, there is a pressure, that is again the pressure difference also is there. So here the external pressure, when there is a more gap, so due to the temperature difference also is there. Temperature is cooler here than here outside. That is one reason. Second thing is the air pressure is more outside than inside. So naturally the water, whatever is outside, has gushed into the place to occupy the space that is left because of the removal of oxygen from inside. Because we all know that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. Similarly, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only transfer from one to other form. So here what happened? Oxygen combined and then with the hydrogen molecules and turned into water vapor, and that water vapor, which was in a gaseous state, has condensed and inside it became cool. So the temperature, it became cooler than outside. So there is a temperature variation, there is a pressure variation, and that is the reason the volume inside. So what is the primary this thing we have arrived? Two things you can learn from this. The pressure applied on an ideal gas is inversely proportional to the volume that is inside. So that is the reason when the pressure increased, volume decreased. Outside, I am telling you, here the volume decreased and gust into it. Why did it go inside? Because there is a cooler temperature here than the external. So this is called Gay-Lussac law. That is the third law of gases. Gay-Lussac law says that as the pressure increases, volume decreases. So here the external pressure was more, so outside the volume decreased. Another way, inside the gas volume decreased, so water has taken that place. Either way it is correct. This experiment beautifully proves that if you take from inside, you take from outside, that pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So here this is, according to this is different. This experiment is for Boyle's law. This experiment is for the Gay-Lussac law. Then we have another interesting thing also. We call it as, again, higher the volume, lower the pressure. The same thing, that is the fourth law. Fourth law also is the combined law, it is called. So here what, according to this, what is this thing? When the volume is high, then the pressure is low. So here also the same this thing we can also learn about combined law. So one is the pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Then as I told you, when it was cooler, so pressure was more, so the temperature also was more. When it cooled down, the temperature was low, the pressure also became low. So both the ways it is, pressure is directly proportional to temperature also we have proved that Gay-Lussac, and the fourth combined law also, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So with this we have learnt about all the four laws of thermodynamics and what are the factors that influence the ideal gas under ideal situation and circumstances.